Hello YouTube. Let's talk about the Morgans and peace dollars. This isn't totally worn really bad. AG means almost good, which means it's not even good enough to be called a good coin. But because it's a Carson City and the mint mark's down there, it carries a bit of a premium over any other Morgan dollar to be worn like this. 1878, had 85, but I think my dealer bought it. He's estate sale or something, and didn't like, it's heavily worn, so he put a price on it to sell it fast. Now here's one that this coin is really pretty. You can see the luster cartwheel, and most of the designs are only a few scratches. It's a really nice looking coin. 1882S. I like it quite a bit. But see, it's $42. It looks a lot better than this one, but this is so rare, that's why it carries such a price. Here's an 1882S that's also fairly nice. It has some wear, and on these, the reverse, the eagle's chest is a little flatter than this one. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's rounded, but it's a first year they made them, and they had some that had 8 tail feathers, and then they had some that 7 over 8, and then some that have 7. So there's several varieties of the 1878 that you can buy. It's a fairly nice coin. This one is a 1903. It's a little worn, but the 1903, it says AU50. That's someone's guess. It might be AU50. I don't really know, but what I do know is the 1903 had a little lighter mintage than a lot of them actually. It's semi-key date. So you're going to pay more money for a 1903 probably than other ones, and that's got, it's just a premium because it's rare. Let's talk about a little bit about peace dollars. They generally have a little bit lower premium than the Morgan dollars. This is a 34 and it doesn't look bad. It's an S. There's a 35S that doesn't look too bad. I featured it last week in a video, and it was it's actually very little wear on this one. 35S, the last year they made these, and the mintage in the 30s was not real high. They first made them in 21, late in the year. This is a 27, which is also a little bit lower mintage year. It's not too bad either. But all your dollar coins carry a pretty good size premium. The melt on a dollar like this, last I checked, last week, was $20 and change. So being $36, you're paying a bit of a premium over the value of the silver. Well, this one I bought a while back because it's only $27. I don't remember what silver is going for, but the price of these ones that are a bit worn are 34 are a bit I don't know how to put it exactly. Just say that the premium's a little more than what stuff like this would be. Nothing wrong with these. They just made a lot more, and people don't put much premium on just circulated silver. Some people call it junk, some people call it constitutional. It's preferences aside. Now, on the peace dollar, they made them from 21 to 28, and then they took a break during the Depression, and then in 1934 and 35 they made them again, but not in very high numbers. But that's just the way it was. I mean, they made a bunch of 22s. In fact, you go to a coin dealer today and want to buy a peace dollar, 9 times out of 10, most of them you're going to see is 22s. You see a lot of 23 and 24. After that, the numbers started tailing off a bit on the mintage. And, you know, the key date, the 1921, the 1928, I believe it's the Philly, very low mintage. And prices on it for one that looks like this might be $100 plus on the 28, just because they're that hard to come by. Then on the Morgan dollars, the 1903, of course, is a very key date one, or semi-key. I mean, it's the 1895 and 1893 year where some of the coins are astronomical. They're just so little made. 1893s Morgan dollar, they made only 100,000. And one like this, even this worn, would probably start at 1,500 or more at an auction. The ones that are uncirculated can go for hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is kind of crazy, but it's just, there's so few of them. Now 1881s, this and 1882s, the 1881s, they made a lot of them, and a lot of them got preserved in high mint state, MS 60, 61, 62. You go on the PCGS population guide and you'll see 100,000s of them graded. So if you want to get a really nice looking Morgan dollar that's rated by one of the rating companies, the 1881s will probably be one of the cheaper ones and will look nice because they just didn't get circulated. Contrary to that, the 1884s, the mint dumped the entire thing out into circulation, and almost none of them exist in mint state. Very low numbers. And the higher grade ones can run over 100,000 at auction for the 1884s. Now, a worn one would be no different than a worn regular Morgan dollar, which I don't have what I'm really looking for in front of me, but let's just say one that's at least good instead of being agey. 1884s, it would probably be $30 maybe. And, you know, one that's very fine or better, like this one is, would be a little bit more, but even at that, they won't go that high. Anyway, that's all for this right now.